Hi everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my tutorial channel. It's Dania here, and today I'm going to give you the first practice in the preparation for exam IFM, investment and financial market. And in this video, I'm going to give you 10 problems. However, please keep in mind that the following exercises are just the core examples. In order to have the best practice, you have to find work on more and more exercises. Alright, so let's look at the first problem. The expected market risk premium is 12%. The historical risk-free interest rate is 8%. The anticipated risk-free interest rate is 6%. The stock's beta is 1.3. According to capital assets pricing model, what is the expected return on ABC stock? So for this problem, we are going to use the security market live. Remember that before you work on any problem, you better try to summarize the question using some short notation. So when you solve the problem, you don't have to reread the wording, the whole sentences, the whole paragraphs to pick up important information. So here I picked out some important information here. First, the risk premium is 0.12, that is 12%. The initial risk-free rate, the historical risk-free rate is 8%, which is 0.08. And the anticipated risk-free rate is 6%. In decimal, it should be 0.06. Beta is 1.3, and the question asks for the expected return on stock ABC. Here you are given two risk-free rates. One is historical and one is the anticipated. Of course, you have to choose the anticipated because we are working on this project. So the historical risk-free rate does not contribute anything into this project. Alright, so the expected return of stock ABC is equal to the risk-free rate anticipated plus beta times risk premium. And we basically just substitute the number into this equation. We got 0.06 for the risk-free rate, 1.3 for beta, 0.12 for risk premium, and we got 21.6%. It's simple, this problem. The only thing you have to be mindful when you work on this problem is you have to understand the information of the historical risk-free rate is just like a noise information. Problem 2. You are given the following information with regard to capital assets pricing model. The risk-free asset has a return of 5%. The market portfolio has an expected return of 15%. The return of the market portfolio has a standard deviation of 12%. Find the beta of the market portfolio. So here, again, we have to summarize the question into some easy notation. First, the risk-free asset has a return of 5%. That means the risk-free rate RF is 0.05. The second piece of information, the market portfolio has an expected return of 15%. So ERM is 0.15. However, on the exam, you can write out RM. It's not really correct, but if you understand it's the expected return, it doesn't matter. Just make sure you know how to find the correct answer. So here, the correct notation should be ERM. However, some people can drop E and understand it's just notation. Here I use ERM. Expected return of the market portfolio is 0.15. Sigma M is the standard deviation of the market portfolio, which is 0.12, and the question asks for beta of the market portfolio. So we got here expected rate of return of RM is equal to RF plus beta times ERM subtract RF. This is the follow the security market line. And we got 0.15 is equal to 0.05 plus beta times 0.15 subtract 0.05, leading to beta is 1. However, I have a comment here. Usually, like whenever you see the question mentioned about the market portfolio, remember beta market portfolio is 1 always. So actually for this problem, you didn't really need to solve the whole problem for beta. You know that beta, the market portfolio is only 1. It's only 1. Alright, let's move on. Problem number 3. The market risk premium is 7%. Stock X has a beta of 2%, 2.0 and an expected rate of returns of 18%. Stock Y has a beta of 0.5. What is the expected rate of return of stock Y? So here let's summarize the question. We are given the risk premium is 0.07. Beta of X is 2.0. Expected return of stock X is 0.18. Beta of Y is 0.5, and the question asks for expected return of RY. So here we are going to use two equations of the security market line. The first one apply for X and the second one apply for Y. Here is Rx is equal to Rf plus beta X times risk premium. ERX is given as 0.18. RF is not given. Beta of X is 2, risk premium is 0.07, leading to the risk-free rate is 0.04. And now we are going to use this risk-free rate of 0.04 into the second equation to find expected return of stock Y. So expected return of stock Y ERY is equal to RF plus beta Y times risk premium, and is equal to 0.04 plus 0.5 times 0.07, and is equal to 0.075, which is 7.5%. So we have found out that the expected rate of return of stock Y is 7.5%. It's simple. Alright, next. Problem number 4. You are given the following information with regard to the capital assets pricing model. The risk-free assets have a return of 30%. The return of the market portfolio M has an expected value of 8% and a variance of 14%. The beta of an correctly priced asset Q is beta Q, which is negative 0.4. Find the expected return of Q. So here, the question gives you RF is 0.03. Just summarize the question. RM is 0.08. Sigma square of M is equal to 0.14. Beta of Q is negative 0.4. And the question asks for the expected return of Q. So let's use the security market line. We got expected rate of return of Q is equal to the risk-free rate plus beta of Q times RM subtract the risk-free rate. So we got this equal to 0.03 plus negative 0.4 times 0.08 subtract 0.03, and the final answer is 0.01, which is 1%. Problem 5. You are given the following information about a company. Debt value is 15 million. Equity value is 5 million. Firm value is 20 million. Equity beta is 1.5. Asset beta is 0.8, and debt beta is what? So the question asks for the debt beta. So here we are going to use the unlevel beta equation, right? Because we have debt and equity get involved, and here there's no taxes. Alright, so we have this equation. 0.8 is equal to 1.5 times 5 over 20 plus beta d times 15 over 20. Here, let me analyze this equation. 0.8 here is the unlevel beta. That means the beta of the assets. So it is 0.8. 1.5 is the equity beta. 5 over 20 is the proportion of equity to assets. Here, equity is 5 million. Assets is 20 20, which is the firm value. So we got 5 over 20. Beta D is the beta of debt. 15 over 20 is the proportion of debt in this asset. So we got 15 over 20. And solve this basic equation for beta D. We got beta D is 0.57. So the debt beta should be 0.57. Alright. This video combines the last two topics. Alright, let's move on. Problem number 6. Given the following information, calculate the beta of the company debt. Total debt, 12 million. Total assets, 15 million. Asset beta, 1.0. Equity beta, 1.5. So here, again, we have to use the unlevered beta equation. So we got beta U is 1, right? Is equal to 3 over 15. Here is the proportion of equity over debt over asset. Here we have asset is 15 million, debt 12. So of course equity should be 3. So we 3 over 15 is the proportion of equity to assets. 1.5 is equity beta. Beta D is not given. 12 over 15 is the portion of debt to assets. So we got beta D should be 0.875. Alright, problem number 7. You are given the following information with regard to the capital assets pricing model. The risk-free asset has a return of 5%. The market portfolio has an expected return of 15%. The standard deviation of return the market portfolio is 12%. Find the beta of the risk-free asset. Well, maybe you would think about write out all the information and solve for the risk-free rate. The beta of risk-free rate, of course, is this word. However, we should quickly realize that the risk-free asset is risk-free, and beta is a measure of risk. So the beta of the risk-free asset should be 0 because the asset is risk-free. So beta F is 0 always. I repeat, the risk-free asset should have beta 0 because beta measures the level of risk of an asset. So for the risk-free rate, there's no risk, there's no beta. That's it. Problem number 8. You are given the following information. Long-term debt outstanding 200,000. Long-term debt is risk-free and financed at the risk rate, an interest rate of 8%. You see the second sentence here means that the risk-free rate is 8% actually, because it said long-term debt is risk-free and financed at an interest rate of 8%. Number of shares of common stock should be 50,000. Book value per share is 12. Market value per share is 16. Stocks beta is 1.1. The expected market return is 12%. What is the company before tax cost of capital? So here, first, using the CML capital market lie, we got the equity stock cost of capital should be RE is equal to 8% plus 1.1 times 12% subtract 8%, which is 12.4%. Now debt value is 200,000. Equity value, you have to take the number of shares of common stock times with the market value per share. So 50,000 times 16,000. It should be 800,000. So equity is 800,000. And we got the value of the whole firm should be the debt plus equity, and we got $1 million. See that? Now we have to find the company before tax cost of capital. Here taxes taxes are not involved, right? So we use the unlevered return. We got cost of capital. We got RU is equal to E over V times RE plus D over V times RD, and E over V here is 800,000 over 1 million. RE is 12.4%. 200,000 over 1 million is the proportion of debt to asset. 8% is the debt rate, and we got 11.5%. This is the unlevered cost of capital. Next, problem number 9. Historically, a firm has a beta of 0.3. However, the innovation of the market return changed to 20, and the covariance of the firm's returns with market returns changes to 15. What is the firm's new beta? So for this problem, we have to make use of the formula for beta. By definition, beta I is equal to covariance of RP RI over variance of RP. So here we got the covariance should be 15 and variance is 20 squared because innovation is 20, and we got beta I should be 0.0375. Alright, so that's problem number 9. Now let's look at problem number 10. Which of the following are true about capital assets pricing model? 1. The security market line shows the innovation of return as a function of beta. This is false because the security market line shows the expected return as a function of beta, not the innovation. So 1 is false. The second statement, all correctly priced assets lie on the security market line, but only efficient assets lie on the capital market line. This is true right at the properties of the security market line. So 2 is true. Now look at the last one. An asset that lies above the security market line is considered overvalued. This is false. An asset that lies above the security market line should be considered undervalued, and below is overvalued. So this is kind of like the opposite. Alright, so we got 1 is false, 2 is true, and 3 is false. So only 2 is true. So that is it for today. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope to see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.